So, next up, we have Pauleanna Reid, which, by the way, I'm going to let all of you know is a very dear friend of mine. We travel the world speaking and working together. She's an incredible woman who's given me some amazing opportunities. I'm really excited. We have an event at the end of this month at Shopify, and we're also going to be out in Atlanta very soon at a big conference that she co-founded. So, Pauleanna Reid is a Canadian journalist, two-time author, and celebrity ghostwriter. A purpose-driven leader with a storied career, she is a highly sought-after speaker, guest lecturer, and media personality who reconnects youth with their passion. With a firm belief that personal fulfillment and professional success can coexist, she draws from relevant examples and best practices, often mixing context with humor. Her proudest accomplishment is New Girl on the Block. Any new girls on the block in the building? Woo, there's a couple of you, amazing. New Girl on the Block, a mentorship program for millennial women in transition. The heart of the organization helps tackle Gen Y's biggest challenges and equips every student with innovative solutions to get them ahead in life. From recent graduates to new business owners, from career changes to quarter-life crises, Pauleanna is a leader of the new school and has successfully mentored more than 150 women globally. Every girl in the world already has the tools she needs to succeed. The primary focus is to ignite that inner power and lead a generation of women to maximize their vision and live their fullest lives. With unique teaching methods and a curriculum designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, New Girl on the Block effortlessly converts shy girls into career-savvy, confident women. Shout out my good friend, Pauleanna Reid. Let's go, sis.
You know I love music. And every time I hear something hot, it makes me want to move.
Hi guys, how are you?
It makes me want to have fun. But it's something about this
Come on
joint
guys,
right
how are you?
This joint right here.
All right, that was a really long bio, so I'm going to sum it up for you. I'm a millennial woman who has fought for her dreams and won. Okay? Listen, over the last 10 years, I have been working tirelessly. I have built 3 successful companies, which include a mentorship program, New Girl on the Block, which transitions shy girls into career-savvy, confident women, and a ghostwriting firm which helps celebrities and CEOs find their voices. I'm literally making a living being myself. It's insane to me because of how far I've come and like the dreams I've had as a little girl. I'm literally living the life that I've always envisioned for myself. But there was a time when I didn't think I would get here. There was a time when I remember sitting in the college classroom in a program that I absolutely hated, feeling depressed and miserable because I was only there as a result of, buying into the labels, limitations, expectations that other people had put on my life. I found it really hard to believe in myself simply because I had often echoed the naysaying that I had heard for years. Don't dream too big. Don't aim too high. Don't travel too far from the safe path. So I settled. I listened to mommy and daddy and I settled. And I remember that classroom and I remember that morning because I looked at my exam paper and I made the decision that I wasn't going to do this shit anymore. I made the decision that I was going to move forward and just figure it out. I had already lost myself and my mind. And I'm not just talking about the sadness that erupts when your puppy gets sick or when you get a paper cut. Like, I live with depression and anxiety. So for me, sadness is crippling. And it's and in some instances, it's actually been life-threatening. In 2008, second year of college, exam week. I rip up my exam paper, walk out the door towards the light that represented freedom. And that was so exciting to me. But that excitement, that wave of excitement was quickly overshadowed by overwhelming anxiety because I now had to answer the question, what next? I was asked to come here today to talk to you about how to create a better world through work. the last thing I want you to do is go home and tell your peers that I told you to quit your job or drop out of school. That's like not even the main message here. I really want to recognize and highlight the importance of being agile, embracing a career transition, pivoting. We grow up spending so much time in the classroom, and then we graduate, well, some of us, and then we spend so much time at work. The decisions that you make around where you work are so important because these environments can either raise us up or they can break us down. Everyone's story is going to be different, right? How I define success is not how you define success. However, even though the puzzle pieces of my life did not always fit, I looked at what options were available to me. The education system, it wasn't my jam. I was so broken in college, so I decided to take a step in a new direction, and I made the world my classroom. So no matter how many times I wanted to quit, and I paused because I'm like thinking about, like, these were some of the worst years of my life. So as I replay this, and as I tell this to you, like, I just think that the most dangerous thing that you can do is to play it safe. And no matter how many times I've wanted to quit, I did not give up. So in short, for the sake of time, I've kind of summarized 3 key lessons that have been so important to me that have really helped me shape who I am as a woman, as well as how I define leadership. So the first thing is, people will try to limit your possibilities. Do not let them. Let me hear you say that. Guys, okay, no. People will try to limit your possibilities. Do not let them. In sync, guys. Jeez. Okay. Okay. So I knew I wanted to be a writer from the time I was a child. I was bullied. I was tormented in school. So I spent a lot of time by myself, doodling in my notebook and whatnot. But I failed high school English. And so my parents and my teachers, they counted me out the game. They told me I'd never make it. Let me tell you something about parents, okay? I love my mom and dad, but Spike Lee knew what he was talking about when he said parents are the biggest dream killers. And while that may not be some of your story, I'm speaking from personal experience. My life changed the moment I decided that I was no longer going to listen to anybody who thought they knew me better than I knew myself, okay? Like, you have to identify who the dream killers are in your life. They will try to shrink your ambition. Do not let them. Now that I'm a company leader, I look at these lessons from a whole new perspective. I ask myself, am I doing anything to kill or shrink the ambitions and dreams of my team members? Because with leadership comes accountability and responsibility. And so I am now in a position where I have power to shape the lives and the dreams of the people that support me. So when you are navigating your career, please be mindful of who you're working with and who you are working for. Very important. Number 2, creativity has no boundaries. Come on, guys. Creativity has no boundaries. All right, so 1 month ago, I quit my corporate job, okay? So I quit my corporate job to pursue my business full time. I had been side hustling for quite a while, and I'd easily tripled my income in my business. So I was like, okay, I mean, it's time to make the transition. And so just because I had an exit strategy doesn't mean that I didn't love the corporate world. Actually, I adored it, my job. It was fantastic. Not only did it give me a steady income so I could invest in my business, but it also provided a very great learning opportunity because I was able to see how a multi-million-dollar company was built from the ground up. So this particular lesson is for all my ladies who are trying to pursue business ownership. You are not a fake entrepreneur because you want to side hustle. You are not a fake entrepreneur because you want to keep your 9 to 5 while building your legacy. Entrepreneurship is neither part-time or full-time. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It is identifying a need and taking the initiative to fill it. The landscape, thank you. The landscape of work has transformed significantly over the last few years, right? With the emergence of Airbnb and ride-sharing apps, as well as, we now have food delivery on bicycles, which is still weird. Right? So like the workplace is literally everywhere. So just like entrepreneurship does not have a set amount of hours, the workplace, I think the workplace doesn't necessarily have set locations. I think the future of work requires you to be open because it may not mean that you're going to be at a desk in an office. And number 3, have the audacity to start before you're ready. Have the audacity to start before you're ready. In other words, proceed without permission. Let me tell you a quick story. So when I dropped out of school, I had this burning desire to be a youth advocate and a public speaker. I knew public speaking would be a gateway in order for me to help other youth understand exactly what they wanted and empower them to pursue it. So I called my guidance counselor up at my high school and I said, hey, I'm an alumni student. I would love to share my story. And I'm talking my head off and she's humming and she's listening. There was no script, there was no plan. I didn't know if this was the right way of doing things, but I took that step forward anyway. And she graciously said, absolutely, we love hearing the stories of our alumni students. I would love for you to come in. Guys, I wasn't sure if that was the right time. I wasn't sure if that was the right place. I wasn't sure if that was how to start a speaking career, but I did it anyway. And that was the first of several. And I think the following year, I booked my first international keynote speech. Public speaking, thank you. Public speaking has given me the confidence to walk into rooms that don't often look like me. It has given me the authority to stand up for causes that I am so passionate about: anti-bullying, mental health, entrepreneurship. And so I want to encourage and reinforce that next step is not only worth taking, but again, the most dangerous thing you can do is to play it safe. Success is going to be defined differently amongst all of us. But I want you to remember that you have the power, and I want you to stop giving your power to people who want to dictate who you should be and what your life should look like, even if that means it's your parents, okay? I think that the rule book, there is no rule book. You're gonna throw it away. You're gonna block the haters, and you're gonna promise me that you're gonna have the audacity to do this damn thing on your own terms. Thank you.
Holy fuck. You did so well.
I can't breathe, I'm gonna die.
Oh, you did so well.
Amazing. Thank you very much, sound man or woman. Thank you. Was that dope? Yeah? Her shoes, you can't really see it, but half of it can show her foot and the other half, was covered, so she's guaning with things. Do your thing.